back the day before Thanksgiving in Level Up Video Games headquarters, aka Gamers Garage. What do we got going on? Nintendo's inventory, eBay sale. Get one eBay sale, that's Little Big Planet carting for 20 plus shipping on top. I'm going to go ahead and pack that up and get ready to ship it out. And then we're going to be working on these Super Nintendos and working our way through the PS3 stock that we got up here. We've already tested these machines. We know they work properly, so all we're literally doing is just replacing this plastic piece right here. To do so, we will have to unfortunately desolder these two guys right here, but that shouldn't take very long. We're going to desolder it, essentially take it off, put the new one back in like so, and then we got a new power port. So we desoldered the old one, got that done really quick. Now we're about to resolder the new one. The new one is soldered in like so. We're going to go ahead and put it back together and test it out, make sure everything's working properly. And let's go ahead and flip on the power switch. Power's on. And there you go. And again, I have that same third-party power that I actually used to test it out beforehand. So we're going to fully put this back to part, and that's good to go. The next one, ready to knock it out. All right, we got the old broken one off right there. Now we're about to put in the brand new sparkly clean, not broken one. We got it semi back together just to test it on. Power's on. And boom! And there's the new cord and power. There's the old power port, the broken one. Done. After testing that last Super Nintendo, my test controller, start, select, and some buttons weren't working properly, so I decided to take it apart, clean it up really quick. Next, we're going to go ahead and put these in inventory, get them out on the shelf. Got all that retail done really quick, those tiny little things I got from Hyperkin. Kind of taking it easy. I haven't been doing much. I really haven't been doing anything at all. I'll start taking care of these PS3s. I'm not going to. Something did come in, and I want to talk to you guys about it. Calculated risks sometimes you have to take, and this one was pretty close to being perfect. I bought something that was somewhat risky, especially considering the listing on eBay, and that is a copy of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness for the GameCube. This one is complete, but as you can tell, there is some water damage. You can tell on the back. And it's not the best condition copy. Same thing with the manual. There is a little bit of like paper that sticks to it. It's not horrible. It's not the best. Now, I didn't pay full price for this thing at all. I took the risk with the manual and the water damage at the price it was at. And the listing itself was a little ambiguous. It did state in there that the disc did not read. But then inside the listing, it also stated they didn't have a console. So here's the actual listing. It came from Canada. I paid about $110 for the copy. And the pictures, it wasn't too bad. It really isn't too bad. There is, you can tell, some ripples on the disc alone. But the disc didn't look too bad. And so I went into the item description, and like I said, disc does not read. I no longer, so I read as the disc does not work /read. I no longer have a GameCube or Wii to test the disc. So, like, to me, they didn't test the disc before stating it wasn't working. So it was a risk on my end to purchase the item, considering how much it actually is worth. My understanding was this: if this copy of Gale of Darkness doesn't work, it sucks, but I still have a case, I still have a manual. They're not in great condition, but they are in a decent they're in a condition. At least they're here. For the price I paid, I'm okay with it. And there's something else I purchased that I haven't shown you guys yet. That was a GameCube lot. And of course, the GameCube lot itself has a copy of Gale of Darkness in it. So my idea was this simple. If I had both copies working, I would sell one. Probably keep the one with the manual, water damage and all. If they both didn't work, then I'm out 2 different games and a lot of money. Or, essentially, I would have one complete copy of Gale of Darkness by the end of it. Like I said, I was essentially hoping that both of these games would work. I think the other one in the GameCube lot is going to work once I get it. I'm not too worried. That means this essential copy of this disc is unfortunately dead. I had Travis try to clean it on his machine. He tried it twice. There's just no bringing life back to this game, unfortunately. You know, even with the ripples and the water, there really wasn't any indication of any physical damage on the disc that would prove the game is unplayable otherwise. But at this point, it is a loss for this poor Pokemon XD. So we'll get our other copies soon. We'll test it, make sure it's working, then I'll have a complete copy of Pokemon XD. After all said and done, I probably paid more than buying a standard copy of Pokemon XD off of eBay for about 180 bucks. It was a risk. This one copy of this game essentially worked. I would have kept this, sold the other copy of Pokemon Gale, loose, and the GameCube and an extra 2 controllers for more than I paid for this game and this copy. So essentially I probably would have bought this complete copy in its condition if this disc worked for probably 50-60 bucks, which is really good if this one copy worked, but it didn't. So therefore I paid way more, not about, I would say maybe 180, which is roughly about how much it pays for. So I pretty much paid, I took the risk of potentially doubling my profit or not doubling my profit and just paying for a Gale of Darkness, which essentially is what I've done. All in all, it was a risk I was willing to take. And yes, it was a risk. Sometimes you just gotta take risks, guys. If the risk is too much to hinder your business or your life, don't do it. If it's a risk that has minimal repercussions to it, but potential great returns, I would definitely take the risk, and this was a risk I was willing to take. So I do have an option, right? Because this one was mislabeled and misinformed on the description, I could essentially do a not as described on eBay and return it for a full refund and just keep the copy that's coming with the GameCube bundle. I don't want to do that. To be honest, it was a risk. I knew about the risk. There was potential for it to not work. I took it. It's not going to hinder my business whatsoever. And it was a risk I was willing to take. And now I have a case, said be it not the best looking case or the best looking manual, but I do have at the end of it a complete copy, as long as the other copy works, of Gale of Darkness, which is cool for the collection. So if I ever find a decent bundle or maybe the game again, I could sell it. Or we actually did get some sales in the store. Princess Peach is gone, and yep, there goes our Metroid Prime disc only. That's sold. Almost came in and bought an N64 bundle with Donkey Kong Country 64, an extra controller, like the whole set, a pretty good bundle. But unfortunately, I don't have any expansion packs for that game. So here's the deal. Comment down below. Do you believe I should just forfeit 40, 50, 60 bucks for an expansion pack so people could potentially pay it? Now, I could sell it for 40 to 50 to 60 bucks and make my money back off of that expansion pack. But is it worth it? Comment down below if you think I should just forfeit $50 and just go ahead and get an expansion, just in case someone wants to buy that. I have sold bundles before with Donkey Kong 64 and an expansion pack for about $80, which is about $40 a piece. Some people would say the expansion pack's about worth $50 and Donkey Kong's worth $30. It doesn't really matter. I sold them for $80 before, but this time I just wanted to go in a cart. But now that most people might be buying N64s from me, I gotta think a little bit closer what I want to do next time if I just want to forfeit $40 just to make sure someone can purchase an N64, a controller, and the whole bundle. Be it for me today. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, subscribe down below, and until next time, don't forget to level up. I can't believe it didn't work. I mean, it hurts. It sucks.